Another water in the night. Let me paint the view.
Hello everyone, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kenneth Carlitos Manopo from class 441825 with name 44240650 from University of Binasarana Informatica. Today I will talk about two things. The first one is that I will give my opinion about the smoking in campus area, and the second one is I'm going to give an explanation about present continuous tense. As we all know, smoking is a common habit, but when it takes place in shared space like campus, it raises several questions about health, rights, and responsibility. In my opinion, smoking should be limited to designated areas or even banned entirely on campus grounds. There are several reasons why this is necessary for a healthier and more inclusive campus environment. Firstly, smoking has well-documented negative effects on health, not just for the smokers, but for those around them as well. Passive smoking, or secondhand smoke, can increase the risk of respiratory problems, heart disease, and even cancer. This makes it uncomfortable for non-smokers who are forced to breathe in smoke while walking or sitting in common areas. Secondly, having smoking allowed everywhere on campus undermines our efforts to promote a healthy lifestyle among students. Campus often support physical activities and wellness programs, so allowing smoking contradicts these efforts by encouraging a harmful habit. Another major issue is the litter and pollution caused by the cigarette butts. Cigarette waste is often found scattered around campus, polluting our environment and increasing the need for campus maintenance. Of course, I understand that some may argue for personal freedom, saying that smoking is a personal choice, and while I respect individual rights, it's also important to consider the community impact. When smoking affects the well-being of others, especially in shared space, it becomes a community issue, not just a personal one. Some may also argue that creating designated smoking areas can solve the problem. While this is a step in the right direction, it still poses a risk to anyone nearby and doesn't fully address the health and environmental concerns. To conclude, limiting or banning smoking on campus can greatly increase the health, comfort, and cleanliness of our campus environment. By taking steps towards a smoke-free campus, we can create a space that respects everyone's right to healthy learning environment. Thank you for listening. Okay, now we will talk about present continuous tense. In these topics, we will talk about understanding the present continuous tense, the structures of the present continuous tense, adding ing spelling rules, when to use the present continuous tense, examples in context, common mistakes with the present continuous, questions and short answers in present continuous, practice sentences, and 9 is why the present continuous is important. Okay, we will dive into it. First, we will talk about the understanding of present continuous tense. The present continuous or present progressive is used to describe actions that are in progress or happening right now. Temporary actions, planned future activities, or actions that are changing over time. It helps express the ongoing nature of an event or action, highlighting its development rather than its completion. We will talk about the structure. Forming the tense. The present continuous is formed by combining the present tense of the verb to be is MR with the present participle or verb plus ing. Here's a breakdown. Affirmative sentences. Structure subject plus is MR plus verb ing. For example, she is studying. Negative sentences. Structure subject plus is MR plus not plus verb ing. For example, they are not going to the concert. Questions. Structure is MR plus subject plus verb ing plus question mark. For example, are you coming to the party? Now we will talk about adding ing spelling rules. When adding ing to the verb, pay attention to the spelling. Verbs ending in E, drop the E and add ing. For example, the words make become making. One syllable verbs ending in a single vowel plus consonant. We double the last consonant. For example, run became running. So we add double N plus ing. Next is verb ending in IE. Change IE to Y before adding ing. For example, the words die became dying. Okay, when to use the present continuous tense? The present continuous has a few distinct uses, each adding to the richness of communication by focusing on the current state or developing situation. Here's when to use it. First, action happening at the moment of speaking. This is the most direct use, as it describes action taking place right now. For example, she is eating lunch. This implies the action is still ongoing at the exact moment of speaking. Temporary actions, used to talk about activities happening around now, even if not at the precise moment. These actions are expected to be temporary. For example, I am staying with my friend this week. Here, this week shows that the action is happening in the present period, but it is temporary. Future plans or arrangement. The present continuous is commonly used to describe plans or arrangements in the near future, often involving other people. For example, they are meeting us at the airport tomorrow. This usage implies that the plan is decided or scheduled. Trends or changing situations, used to describe changes, trends, or things in progress. For example, more people are using electric cars these days. This can also include developments such as the climate is getting warmer. Now we will talk about examples in context. Let's see some practical examples of present continuous in different contexts. Right now is I am waiting for the bus, happening at the exact moment. Temporary actions. We are renovating our house this month. A short-term project. Future plan. He is flying to New York next week. Pre-arrange future action. Changing situation. The economy is improving. Is gradual change. Next, we will talk about the common mistakes with the present continuous. Here are some pitfalls to avoid. First, non-continuous verbs. Certain verbs describe states rather than actions and typically aren't used in the continuous form. This includes verbs like know, want, like, understand, believe, and others that describe feelings, mental states, or possession. The incorrect one is I am knowing the answer, and the correct one is I know the answer. Second is using it unnecessarily. The present continuous should not be used if the action is not ongoing or if it's a regular or habitual activity, which instead requires the present simple tense. The incorrect one is I am going to school every day. The correct one is I go to school every day. 7. Questions and short answers in present continuous. Forming questions. In questions, invert the subject and the form of to be. For example, is he coming to the meeting? Question mark. Short answers, we use yes or no followed by the subject and the correct form of the to be. For example, yes she is or no she is not. Practice sentences. Here are some practice sentences to illustrate the present continuous. They are working on the project together. This is temporary collaborations. I am cooking dinner right now. Current action. We are seeing a movie tonight. Future plan. Why the present continuous is important. Understanding and using the present continuous effectively allows for clearer and more precise communication, especially when talking about ongoing actions, plans, and temporary situations. It gives language a dynamic feel, emphasizing the actions and its context in time. Okay, maybe that's all from me. I'm sorry if there's any wrong words that I'm saying. Thank you for listening. Good day, everyone.